This episode of the BJJ Foxcast is brought to you by BioPro. BioPro is an all-natural alternative to prescription human growth hormone, which aids in recovery, anti-aging, metabolism, libido, immunity, skin health, cognition, sleep, and stress. Just one vial per day provides a substantial boost to all of these growth factors. Okay, so that's what they want me to say. Here's what I know as an aging grappler. I've been using BioPro Plus and the nighttime variant, BioPro Plus Cortisleep, for several months, and it feels like I've grown a third lung. My gas tank is noticeably bigger, my recovery is faster, and I'm back on the mats much quicker, not just between training sessions, but between rounds. Now you can get $30 off your first order of BioPro when you use the code FOXCAST at www.bioproteintech.com. That's code FOXCAST for $30 off your first order at www.bioproteintech.com. Thank you, BioPro. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the BJJ Foxcast. I am your host, Alex Martinez, and I'm here with my co-host, Alex Tojo Kray. Say hello.
Get your prostate checked.
Get your prostate checked. Hey, it's almost that month.
Almost that month?
It's almost that month.
Prostate Awareness Month.
Do you have to do it like every year?
I don't fucking know. I'm not old enough.
I'm at that age.
You are that age.
But
you're beyond that age.
Yeah. There's different ways to do it, though. But I think the more invasive, the better.
No, they have to put their finger in your
Yeah,
bladder.
no, I'm good with it.
There is no other way.
I'm good with it.
It's either that or they cut you open and look.
I don't want them to cut me open.
Yeah.
So finger away.
Butthole it is.
Finger away. But they have like a camera now, right? Don't they feed a camera up there and kind of see you looking?
It's still going up your butthole.
I mean, but you're asleep for that one.
And you don't have to bend over a table like Bill.
Oh my God, that fucking story was amazing. Bill, thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Because you know what? Nothing has topped the Doug Moore breaking your penis story.
The
episode,
was pretty good.
I want to say episode 7, maybe early on. Doug's my boy. He's a great guy, and he's an oversharer.
Episode 7, one episode for every centimeter, if you know what I mean.
He is an oversharer. Thank God. Thank God for that, because that was a great podcast. I had so much fun with him.
Yeah. I haven't seen Doug in a long time.
He's traveling the world, man.
Is he?
Living his best life. Yeah, he and his wife, they travel a lot. And he's still got a six-pack. Still trains a lot. Still gets it in.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, son of a bitch. Get fat, Doug.
Steroids will do that to you, though.
Get fat. That's all I ask. Just get fat.
Get fat. Easy. It's easy. Trust me.
Yeah, man. So, gosh, the topic of the day is this: we cannot find anything on it.
Yeah, because I don't think it's true.
It's
the rumor of the day.
Yeah, the rumor of the day. Yeah.
Also, these are Mario's sunglasses. He left them here.
Yeah,
And
Mario, we have your sunglasses, and you're getting them back August of 25.
Of 25?
Yeah.
A year?
Yeah. When we go back to Chihuahua.
Oh, okay, sure. If we remember. We're not going to remember. Are you fucking kidding me?
They're going to be all scratched.
Yep.
They're going to smell like somebody's butthole because I need a prostate exam.
And we're going to use the
sunglasses.
earpiece of the
100%,
sunglasses.
Yeah, 100%.
I think you have to feel.
Agreed.
You have to feel something.
Well, no,
I'm not a doctor.
I want to be asleep. And by asleep, I mean shot.
He's like, I'll put you to sleep. Man, my butt hurts. Yeah.
Don't hang out with Mario. Your butt will hurt.
That was Bill.
Bill. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So, open mat today was awesome. Well, I can't go into the rumor, dude. I can't do it. I want to. Part of me wants to believe it's true. That's why I can't do it.
Because you're the Craig CJI hater.
I am not a hater. I'm not a hater.
The blue belt from somewhere said that you are, so.
Yeah, fuck that guy. What was his name?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a blue belt.
Yeah, fuck. Who cares?
He doesn't have a name.
Who cares? Yeah. Nobody knows your name. He's probably one of those, I've been a blue belt for 6 years. No, you haven't. You've been training for a year, and you quit and come back.
Lot.
Yeah, you quit a lot. Yeah. I got friends that do that, so I know.
Shit, I did that.
That's right. You and your stupid climbing stuff. How's that career coming along?
Well, I mean, probably as good as my jiu-jitsu career.
It pays just as well as my jiu-jitsu career.
As in, I spend way more money than I get.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, I was having a conversation about that, and I think I've said it on the podcast before. Not that specifically, but about the Craig Jones thing. I would say if there's like 20 of the best, if you line up 20 of the best grapplers, he's right in that mix, like in the upper third.
For Nogi, yeah.
Yeah, in general. I would say in general, upper third. I mean, he's really, really good.
Yeah.
He's not the best, but he's really good.
He's second best.
Is he?
Yeah, that's his thing. He's like, I'm the world's second best grappler. because obviously.
But is that fair? Is he joking, or is that fair of him to say? Because there's a lot of really good grapplers.
I think it's pretty fair.
Second.
So it's hard because you always have to grade on a curve because sizes.
No. Sorry, that sounded really funny. Because size.
Is Gordon Ryan as good as he is?
No.
If he's a rooster weight.
No, I went back to 12-year-old penis brain. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why it was funny.
In centimeters?
Yeah. So that's why it was funny.
Centimeters are nice. It's
no, I wasn't laughing at you. I wasn't making a short joke either. I was just like penis. Anyway,
I measure my height in centimeters.
Wait, doesn't like the metric system do that? Like centimeters? Like if your height?
Yes, the metric system uses centimeters.
No. For measuring height, they don't go like,
meters?
They don't go like 2.5 meters.
Whoa, bro, that's tall.
That's pretty fucking tall. Yeah.
That's like, I don't think there is anybody who's 2.5 meters. I'm like 1.5 meters.
So it sounds taller if you go centimeters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, we were having a conversation about that because, like, super talented guy, like, all the respect, on the mats, obviously, right? But he does a lot of shit that makes me cringe. Like, anyway, it shouldn't. What the fuck?
Craig Jones hater.
No, not really hater, I guess. I don't know. But, like, when he starts talking about, like, he'll finish a match and he'll start saying shit like, oh, I want to thank my steroid sponsor, and everybody's laughing, haha. And it's funny. It's funny. It is.
Because you're talking about the kids.
Yeah. Then he goes and he signs autograph for kids. Like, don't do that. That's just a bad look, dude. That's a bad look. That's like being a porn star and signing autographs for kids, dude. You can't do that.
You mean their number one followers? Every single kid has a phone with the internet.
I guess, man. No, I'm just saying, like, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. Like,
I mean, there's better looks, but I think everybody knows it's tongue in cheek.
Is it though? Do kids understand that?
Kids don't understand anything. So
right.
No,
exactly. So they're probably taking it, as it's okay kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, they should do steroids though.
Kids?
Yeah, I endorse that right now.
Yeah, if kids did steroids, the matches would be a lot more fun.
Have you seen those?
Can you imagine a kid on steroids, dude?
Well, no, I was gonna say, like, there was like these like mini tournaments or whatever, like kind of like the Crown, where it's just like a 8-man bracket or whatever it is. They had it with kids, and it was like 12-year-olds with like 6-packs, and I mean like real 6-packs.
Yeah, I saw one where there was a kid. He might have been like late teens, early 20s, and had the testosterone boobs.
Oh yeah, yep.
And I'm like, and there's like all kinds of comments.
Well, it's not the testosterone, right? It's the your body trying to fix itself.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's estrogen, right? So I mean, I'm like, am I the only one seeing this shit?
Like Bob from Fight Club.
Oh man, that was a great movie. Yeah,
of course it was. Yeah.
It's kind of like, it kind of caught you like the Sixth Sense. Like, what? He's not real? That kind of shit. So that's kind of cool.
It is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried to read Paul Nava's books, though. Man, they are tough reads.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Have you read World War Z by Max?
I'll put it on the list because I've heard it's good.
It gave me nightmares.
Good.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I could not finish it. It gave me nightmares.
Right now I'm doing I don't read books. I listen to them.
Max Brooks. That's his name. Max Brooks.
I'm listening to Neil Gaiman's Sandman.
Okay.
Which is a series that they put on Netflix, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But it's technically DC. It's part of the DC comic book universe. But it's a graphic novel that he did.
Fucking nerd.
But it's really fucking good. But like, so they also had American Gods, which was I don't remember, maybe Stars or something like that, which was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like the first, not the first scene, but like in the first season, they're like talking about like, so this girl is cheating on her husband, sucking his dick while driving, and they get in a car accident. He bites his dick off.
Her husband's sick?
The guy she's cheating on her husband with.
Oh my God.
So it's like really, definitely mature content, but it's like the whole series is the series is really good.
Yeah, that would give me nightmares too.
Yeah. That's what happens when you cheat.
That's
ladies
right,
and gentlemen.
That's right.
Don't
you
cheat.
get it bit off.
Yes.
You get it bit off. That's what happens. Good. I'm glad it happened.
But I mean, so far, like I've been enjoying Neil Gaiman's writing style.
Neil Gaiman, huh? Mm-hmm. I'm terrible with fiction, dude. I can't get through it.
I can't do real stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like biographies, man. I like to read about people's stories. I think people's stories are cool.
I don't care about people.
Really?
No, fuck them.
Yeah.
Unless it's made up, then I'm all about it.
Unless there's a guy making shit up, then I'm fucking at the edge of my seat.
Then I want to know about this guy's life, this fake person's life.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Open mat.
Paul's open mat is getting really fucking good, dude.
Dude, it's fucking savage. It's awesome.
It's been a couple of months steady now of Sunday 11.
Yeah, I was just talking to Danny about that. I was like, dude, he's like, man, tonight was really good. I'm like, dude, it's been good for a long time. Like, if you don't know about Paul's open mat on Sunday, I don't know where you've been, because it is the open mat. It is like people from everywhere, and it's like good people from everywhere.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, there's like it's welcoming. Like there's white belts on there that have a good time too.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
But there's been a lot of colored belts and black belts, going to that open mat.
Like Thomas has been coming a bunch. Yeah. What's his name?
The Dannies.
The Dannies are there.
Yeah.
Bill's there. Like Ramsey's always there because he teaches the kind of it's comp class, but it's like basically a mini seminar every Sunday.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. It's such a cool class.
Yeah, and then Rob makes his appearance.
Who's that? I'm just kidding.
he's the fat brown. That's so fucked up. I'm sorry, Rob. I love you, but you are fat Rob.
Mid
right
at
now.
Best.
Yeah. What's that?
Mid at best.
Mid at best.
That's what I had named. So Rob, Aaron, and I have a chat. I have a group chat, and I named it Mid at Best.
Yeah. No, Rob's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fun. Oh man.
Oh my God.
That guy has fucking something to say about everything. And it's so funny.
It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. I still laugh about.
We should get him and Aaron on.
Oh, that'd be great.
It'd be so much fun.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is like Aaron is like all of a sudden he's got a life.
Well, he's got a kid.
Yeah, he can never make time for us. You can never make time for us, Aaron.
Yeah, he's too busy like
saving the world,
sitting in his firehouse, waiting for something to do.
Sitting in his firehouse making a sandwich. It's fucking
man. I had to work 48 hours in a row. Yeah. Did you?
What'd you do? I slept for 47.
I worked out also. Yeah. We went to the grocery store. It was nice.
I worked out for an hour and I slept for 47. Oh my God. Yeah, that's pretty much Aaron's life.
Yeah, that's kind of like Vic's life too, but like outside of being at the firehouse.
Not anymore, man. He's got that house that he's redoing.
Yeah, talk about the ultimate project. Man, I am so jealous.
Really?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's a lot of work.
He's doing exactly what I wanted to do. Buy like a semi-dilapidated house and just fucking tear down the walls and redo it.
You're in a semi-dilapidated house.
That's true.
You just have
start
walls.
Tearing it down.
You just have walls.
Yeah, just start tearing it down. Nothing's stopping you. You are.
I have a sledgehammer with a lot of dust on it in my garage that you're welcome to take.
Oh, I have like very much considered. So like where my family room is, my house is like a fucking cave because I have like 8-foot ceilings.
Yeah.
For such a tall person like myself.
I know, for a 5'3"
giant. I'm a meter and a half.
You're about that.
Yeah.
About a meter and a half. Yeah.
But like honestly, the whole reason I was like, I wanted like have the ceiling not vaulted, but like where like it matches the pitch of the roof.
Yeah.
So it like brings up the roof, and at least in the kitchen and the family room.
That would look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been up in the attic. The only thing that they have to deal with is like the duct work.
Yeah.
Which is going to be kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. You would have to. You'd probably have to split it up and get 2 units.
Not going to do that.
Not going to do that. Why
That's
not?
like $10,000.
Yeah, more than that. Well, you already have one, so it'll probably be about $10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, after all the duct work and shit like that, it'll be about 10.
You don't think I can reduct what it's currently there?
Oh, you could. Yeah. You could. Like, what I would recommend is like, we're talking duct work in our fucking podcast.
Hey, he's an AC guy in his old life.
Yeah. No, I mean, you could have somebody build you like a trunk, and then you just branch off of that.
Mm. But the ceiling would have to be like, so if the roof is here, it's probably like 2 feet below that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main reason I was thinking about doing that is because of my elk skull. It sits so low because of how big it is.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like at chest level, like the head of it, it's like at chest level.
Yeah. So my ex-wife's uncle, who was a game warden in northern Michigan, he had like a cabin on 77 acres.
That's a stretch, calling those people game wardens in the Midwest.
There's hunters. Yeah.
There's like 2 things. Yeah. Whitetail and fish.
No, he killed a bunch of shit, man. He had like so he had a cabin kind of set up, and it had like a peaked roof and that big log going across.
In the UP?
In the UP. And he had a freaking, I think he had a mountain lion.
Oh, hell yeah.
On there. It looked like it was like, it looked like it was attacking. And, they had everything under the sun, everything under Michigan sun in there that he killed. But he hunted all the turkey species.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he did all that. Yeah.
But they got Miriams and Goulds out there.
Yeah. But, he traveled a little bit, get that hunt done. But, yeah. Anyway.
I want to get all the ungulates.
Ungulates? What's that?
So basically all of the deer species. So like moose, elk, whitetail, blacktail, mule deer.
Where do you get blacktail?
They're like in the Northwest.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, so you can get them in the U.S. You don't have to travel.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, what I mean is like it's like the North American Grand Slam.
Gotcha.
Is like getting all of the. Well, I mean, for the deer, it's the Grand Slam, but I mean, you could also be like, I want all the big game animals from the North America.
Yeah.
I don't know if you technically count access deer, because they're technically, well, I mean, Hawaii is not part of North America, obviously, but like still America. So I mean,
they call us the mainland. What do we call them?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yeah.
The islands.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing having Hawaii, because Hawaii is like technically a state, but it also feels like another country.
Hawaii should be its own country.
I think it technically was, but like even during World War II, I don't even think it was technically a state yet, right?
I don't know. We just kind of decided we're going to
Kelsey, Google it.
Yeah, Kelsey. God damn it.
Google it.
Text her, please. Ask her if Hawaii was a
Someone's screaming. Yeah, it became a state in 1912, you fucking idiots. Actually, that's Arizona. Arizona's 1912.
Yeah, 1912, yeah.
On Valentine's Day.
Really? 1912. Huh.
Arizona's birthday. In case anybody wants to celebrate this coming year.
Good. Thank you.
Got a few more months.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll drink that day. Not because it's her birthday or anything.
I hope it's on a Saturday so we can justify it. Yeah.
I don't need reasons.
No. That barbecue place we hit today was awesome. What was it called?
Caldwell's Mexi something.
Yeah.
It was because they have a couple of them. They have like a regular Caldwell's barbecue, which is just like regular American barbecue, and then Mexique.
Yeah.
Caldwell's Mexique. It's right off of Gilbert Road, right north of like the downtown strip.
Yeah, right by Juniper.
Used to be a hot dog place. So it's like American barbecues, Mexican fusion.
It was insane.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Super good. The birria tacos, those.
Holy shit.
I would just go back for those.
Yeah.
And I almost was thinking about getting the brisket burger burrito that they had. I was like, but then you're like, oh, try the platter so you can try everything. I was like, that is probably the smart thing.
Yeah. Fed 4 people for less than $60.
And we were full.
Yeah.
That was a good amount of food.
Good food, man. Yeah. So get the platter, whatever the platter was. What was it called? I don't know.
I think it's just like the Mexi platter, I think is what they call it. Because they had another platter that I think was just like just the regular barbecue meats. And then they had the Mexi platter that had like the tacos and that tostada thing.
Yeah.
They're Twinkies.
Oh, the Twinkies
they're
were
jalapeno poppers essentially.
Yeah.
But instead of like the cream cheese filling, it was like a chicken.
Pulled pork, no.
No, it was like a
chicken.
I think it was like a chicken salad.
Yeah. Something. It was good.
It was really good.
So good.
Yeah.
And they have like a ton of them. I mean, you'll walk away happy, man. It's a really good spot.
Yep.
Yeah, but going back to the open mat, it's why is it that we don't even consider going to maybe Jay Page's? We went for a little while.
Jay Page's is another good one.
Yeah, it's a really good open mat.
It's because they're only no-gi.
No, not really.
Like, most people want to do no-gi out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good no-gi guys out there. And
no-gi's too easy.
Fucking simple, dude.
So
it's not even
easy.
a workout.
God.
It's not even a workout. It's a joke.
Acting like, what are you sweating for?
We're gonna catch some hate for that one, but I don't care. Yeah. It's hard. Not really.
Well, that shows you how insecure no-gi guys are. That you can like obviously troll them and they still get upset.
And they fire back in all caps. Fuck you, blah blah blah. Yeah.
I mean, you notice like the debate between gi and no-gi is one-sided. It's only no-gi guys that talk about it.
Yeah, and I love when I catch hate on this show and people are like, the fucking old guy. It's like, yeah, your dad's a cheeseburger away from a fucking heart attack. Just so you know that. And he's my age.
He's actually a black belt.
He's my age.
You know the one guy?
He's a Taekwondo black belt when he was 9.
One Spartan kick away from cardiac arrest.
Yeah. I'm not shitting on anybody, but yeah, fuck you.
Nobody in particular.
No.
John.
John?
I don't know. I'm sure there's one listening who's like, my dad. Hey.
Yeah. Yep.
One of our tens of listeners.
Go hug your dad because he's going to die.
Yeah. Jeez. Dark. Hey, I want all of you to know that your dads will die.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Yes.
100% of them
100% will die. Yes. Yeah. But if they're in their 50s and they have a belly out to their knee, they're going to die sooner.
If they can't see their penis.
They can't see their penis, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You got to be able to see it.
That's called science.
And it's hard to pee. It's got to be, right?
Oh, I was like,
if you can't find it?
Do I can see mine.
Sometimes. If I have a few pizzas and it's cold out,
it's like peeing in the middle of the night with the lights off. You're like, I'm peeing by sonar.
I do prison rules, man. I sit.
Do you really?
I don't want to pee.
I'll just fall asleep. I'm like, I don't. I'm like, I'll wait. Kelsey will wake up and be like, what the fuck?
Your phone falls. Oh my God, this has gone off the rails. We're only 20 minutes in. It's gone off the rails.
That's okay.
Oh my God. There's plenty of footage before this, by the way, of us trying to figure out cameras and all kinds of other
I don't know what
bullshit
this us shit is.
Oh, me.
I was just talking shit about
yeah.
other people that I can't share on here.
I know. We can't do it. We can't do it.
Only people in the comments because you open yourself up to that.
Me?
No, not you. Just generally
they.
people.
Yeah.
The royal they.
The royal they. Yeah. We haven't done a shitting on the comments one in a while. We got to do that.
What episode is this?
This is episode 111.
11? We don't have any like milestones coming up. Not for how long have we been doing this?
2 years. It was 2 years in June.
Oh, so we missed that milestone too.
Yeah, we did.
Motherfuck.
Yeah. We did
2024. We can do New Year's one.
Which is the one we got really shit faced? Was it 50 or 100?
Bro.
No, I mean real shit faced. Was that 50?
Bro. I feel like we got pretty drunk when Mario was in town.
We were getting there. We weren't sloppy. There was one where we were sloppy.
I guess because we continued to drink after the podcast.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah. The funniest part about the Mario's podcast is we go to dinner, and Mario was supposed to have somebody pick him up and take the car back. So he's like, "Oh, I'll just call my brother, and my brother-in-law will take the car back." His brother-in-law shows up shit faced.
But Lonzo was there.
But they end up leaving. Lonzo drives them, I think, in his car, and I had to drive their car in the morning to
the rental,
yeah,
Dodge Charger, or whatever it was.
That thing, I was doing like 95 on the highway. Didn't even realize it. That thing moves, dude. Well, I'm used to my Jeep.
Is it stick shift?
No,
it's a rental.
No, it's a rental. So I'm used to my Jeep where if I floor it, it just laughs at me. It's like, dude, stop.
Where do you think we're going?
We're not doing that.
I'm good at one thing, and that's getting from A to B, and
that's it.
Sometime.
And oh, by the way, I'm at 5,000 RPM right now. Let's not push it. Right
yes, that's the red line.
Yeah, yeah. I love that old Jeep though. It's a great Jeep.
Yeah, but yeah, the open mats are like nice, and it's, dude, it feels like it's been just as hot as it was in the summer, but it's not as miserable there.
Yeah.
Like, because you know how like sometimes in the summertime and you get too many people at Paul's gym, it's like,
dude,
it's a sweatshop.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know, I notice it more on Thursday nights than I do on Sunday afternoon open mats.
Yeah, and it's more people.
Yeah. I don't know why, man. Maybe because I'm in my head. I don't know.
Maybe.
But some Thursdays, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Like,
well, you know, the thing is about open mat is like, there's like, 50 people there, but they're not all going hard as fuck the entire time. Like people sit out. I think that has a big difference. Makes a big deal. And there's not like everyone warms up first in like a class.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of already kind of generating a bunch of heat.
Yeah. There's something to it, man. I'm fucking dying in there.
It's because you're soft.
But okay, so I wanted to bring up a topic that I'm trying to put together. I was going to do a video about it, but I didn't know if I could.
Did you put it on the whiteboard?
I didn't.
Well, that's why you're never going to make a video.
That's true. So
your vision board.
I wanted. God, my vision board. So I wanted to look at open mats, and I wanted to come up with a list of what not to do at an open mat.
Here's one thing that I maybe I'm in the minority in this, but like one thing that I really think is annoying.
Easy.
I'm like, these motherfuck minority.
Yeah, easy.
Well, I'm technically ethnically ambiguous.
Well, you are. You're like a Grover. You ever see that for the Muppets? Like he's a whatever.
We don't know what he is.
You should. You know what? Grover. I
Grover.
like that. Yeah.
I can be down with that. That's what I'll be for Halloween. You got one more month here. Well, the end
He's
of the
got
month.
big lips too, Grover.
No, one of the things is like as a black belt, like you get people who are like afraid to ask you to roll.
Oh yeah.
And I think maybe at a class I could see where like, because that's when kind of like the formalities kind of are like more likely to apply is in a traditional class where you like, you know, you bow in, you do all that kind of shit. Open mat is like you show up whenever you want, you roll whenever you want. You don't have to do every round. You don't have to do any rounds. You can show up and just talk.
I know a lot of people that do.
Yeah, I could think of a couple. Not going to mention them.
Why are you looking at me? Fucking Ramsey. You're such a lazy ass Ramsey.
Ramsey, he forgot we rolled today. And it's not like we had a shitty roll. We had a fucking barn burner roll today. And I like was in the office printing waivers because we fucking went through all of them today. We had like 20 new people show up today for Open Mat.
That's so cool, man.
And I come out of the office. He's like, "You ready to roll?" I was like, "Again?" He's like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "You fucking asshole."
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But don't be fucking afraid to ask people to roll. Anybody. I don't care who they are. Small person, big person, black belt, white belt, a girl. Like, you know, some guys are like afraid to ask girls to roll.
Yeah.
It's like, just be respectful and be like, "Hey, do you want to catch this round?" And then if someone says like, "Hey, I'm gonna set this one out," don't be offended.
Yeah.
Or if they're like, "I'd rather not," don't be offended.
Yeah.
But fucking ask.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're asking someone on a date.
Right. The thing for me is like whenever I go to Paul's, it's always like a family reunion. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody wasn't there the last time I was there, and I haven't been there in a couple weeks and that type of shit. So every time it's like, oh, I got to get a roll with you. And then, hey, you want to roll? Yes, of course. And then I end up rolling every fucking round. And it's exhausting, dude. But still, I love when people, like new people, are like, "Hey, professor, would you like to get around?" And fuck yes, let's go, man. I think that's cool.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's partial imposter syndrome. I like cringe a little bit when people are like playing footsie.
I thought that was your penis.
It's on the floor. When people come up to me and they're like the brown belt guy from the really nice guy. He's from J Pages. Like today he was like, "Oh, I just wanted to get a roll with the instructor." And I was like, first of all, that's Ramsey today. Second of all, dude, I'll roll with anybody. Like I don't require any additional respect because I'm a black belt or any of that stuff. I feel like that's cringe. Agreed. When people are like that.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like, I just stayed. That's the only reason I have my black belt.
Yep.
And that's every one of them.
Yep.
There are ones that are really good and definitely are like really good black belts, but like he was going to get that no matter what because he stayed.
Yep. I'm going to get my second degree next year because I haven't died.
Yeah. Yet.
Yet.
I promise you will.
I will. I haven't died yet. No, but no, that's a good one. That's a good one. Don't be afraid to ask people to roll. So that's a good don't.
Because I noticed, so that kid that came from California, I saw a couple rounds where he was sitting out and he was kind of like, wasn't sure enough of himself to like kind of ask people to roll. It seemed like, at least this is my observation. Like I didn't talk to him about it, but I noticed that he was like kind of sitting out a little bit. Like when I was like in a roll or something, I'd look over and he'd be like kind of like sitting, kind of like looking around. Yeah. I'm like, just ask somebody, dude. No one's here going to tell you no.
Matt, that's his name.
Yeah.
Matt.
Nice kid.
Really nice kid.
Was he Matt or was Matt the brown belt?
Matt is the purple belt.
Okay.
Because I met him as soon as I walked in.
Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, like it was just like, just don't be afraid to ask people.
Yeah. So
you'll
Matt,
have so much more fun.
Do you know Matt drove from Sedona?
Yes. He's from California. His family's in Sedona right now for vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to come down to Paul's.
Yep. Shout out to Matt. Thank you for coming out, man.
And he listens to our podcast.
Poor bastard.
Yeah. He's like, I've been listening to your podcast. And
if he gets through the first 20 minutes of this one, he'll hear his name on the podcast, but I doubt it.
Nice kid, though. Really nice kid. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. We drink a lot.
We drink a lot. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, and I tell him, don't take any advice from us. Zero.
Except for right now when I say to ask people to roll.
Ask people to roll.
Yeah.
So the second don't is don't have stinky gear.
Yeah, you know, I almost like when I go to other. Oh shit.
That is less common now than it ever has been. I remember back in the day, people would show up with their
Edit that out. Edit that out.
No, fuck that. Keep that in. Keep that in. But it used to be like people would show up and you'd be like, damn, dude, you smell like cat piss.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I'm not rolling.
I've had a couple people like that.
I'm not gonna fucking roll.
You know what's funny is like I treat open mats like I'm going to. If I go to someone else's open mat, I treat it like it's a special event. Like I'm gonna bring a nice gi.
Yeah, wash your ass.
You know, I'm not bringing like my old rusty, disgusting gi.
Why do you wear that to my academy, dick?
Because there's nothing special. But you know what I mean? Like if I'm going to go visit, like especially like when I'm traveling, I'm going to bring a nice gi.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have something that pops, right?
And you don't want people to remember you for like, oh yeah, that was the stinky guy.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a good look.
I remember someone was describing the stinky guy. He quit a long time ago, so fuck him. But someone was trying to describe. So there was a group of us. It was me. I remember specifically Keola and a couple other people, and they were trying to describe. He was a big dude. He was like a judo guy. He wore this Fuji gi that was dingy.
I think the Fuji gis come like that.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
The old ones do.
Yeah, the Fuji gis, they make nice gis. But I remember
nice affordable gi.
Yeah, I remember we're trying to describe the guy to somebody, and then Keola, and Keola talk. He's like, him gi always stink. And we're like, yeah, I know that guy. Yeah. But yeah, he was like, he smelled like cat piss.
Like, here's the thing. Like hygiene thing for a lot of people. Never train multiple classes with one gi.
No.
Right? No. I mean, maybe if you're doing like one class and then one right after the other, that's fine.
Back to backs, okay. Yeah.
That's different. But like if you're training in the morning and then you have the whole day and then you train in the evening, that's 2 gis.
Yeah.
Okay? The other thing is there's a couple things. Don't leave it in your fucking car balled up.
Don't leave
or fold it up or whatever.
No.
Don't leave it in your house balled up or whatever.
And if you do, throw it away. It's never coming out.
You're gonna stain the shit out of it.
It's never
or stain that smell in there. But like the thing that I learned is like if you're gonna not wash it immediately, hang it so it dries as quickly as possible.
Yeah. So I basically whenever I do a morning class and I'm going to stay at the academy, I'll go shower at the EOS.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is I'll put a chair out back and I just put it out directly in the sun.
Especially how hot it is. It'll be done in
a couple hours. It dries up and then I can fold it up and get it ready for
like my laundry room isn't like insulated and there's no air conditioning in there, so like sits around like 85, 90 degrees. Yeah. But man, I put a gi from like the laundry or from the washing machine just to hang out, and it's like dry in an hour.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
at least for the next couple months.
Yeah. So for people who are just starting out and you want to do like multiple classes and open mats and stuff like that,
buy more gis.
You got to have at least 4 gis. I think 4. I think 4 is the magic number.
Well, the minimum's 2 if you're gonna, because you can wash your gi, but you have to be drying your gis if that's the case. Because then you can train if you're going to be like that gung-ho guy who's like, I'm going to go to the 6 a.m. and then I'm going to do the 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. or whatever your evening class is. Well, you're going to wash those when you get home from the 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. or whatever it is. Yeah. And then you have to dry it because it's not going to hang. Chances are wherever you live, it's not. I mean, Arizona is kind of like, it's hot as fuck here. Yeah. And dry.
Yeah.
Which is the perfect, formula for making a gi dry fast.
Yeah.
So
one of my guys, this kid Abdiel, really nice kid. He just started with us a few months ago.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, sweetheart of a guy. He does multiple classes per day.
Good for him.
So he'll do the morning class and then he hauls ass home.
Does he still have the karate gi?
No.
All right, good.
He'll wash and he'll dry his gi.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back. I mean, he's very young. I think he's starting college. Sure. So he's very young and he doesn't have the disposable income to buy 4 gis. So what he does is he hauls ass home, washes and dries his gi, and then he comes back.
I always tell people, I'm like, you'll see guys in like control, show your roll, like even roll union or day by day, like all these like kind of like really good name brands that are like not cheap gis. Like you're spending over $100 for sure every gi.
Yeah. I would say average is about 165, right?
A lot of what you're paying for though, I mean, obviously there's good quality in those companies, but like you're really paying for obviously the name. And then you're paying for like a lot of like the styles, like the cool colors and that kind of stuff is really primarily what you're really paying for. It's like you can spend $40 on a gi and it'll last you forever. Yeah. Like those Fuji gis, like at like you get them at Jiu-Jitsu Con, they're cheap as fuck.
And they last forever.
They last forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all that really matters is that it fits.
Yeah.
Find a gi that fits. There's no such thing as like, at least I have never run into a gi, like even like what you would call like bargain brands, like 93 or whatever. They're all still just as good quality. They all last as long.
it's really about like a baseball player says. You know, you got to go up there and you got to feel sexy, man. Yeah. You know, the bat's got to fit perfect. It's got to be an extension of you. Right. Same thing with a gi, man. You got to love the fit.
Yeah.
You can't. And when I know, like, I don't like a gi is when I'm trying to extend my arm to get my hand past my sleeve. Up your elbow. No, my sleeve goes past the palm, and I'm trying to get my hand back. Oh, you know, yeah. I too stretchy. That gone.
For me,
gone.
I'd rather have a gi that's too long than too short.
Agreed, but I don't like it when it stretches over past your fingers.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So if I have to do that, it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I haven't had a gi in a long time that was too like, because I know what you're talking about. There's gis where like, someone like will get spider grips.
Yeah.
And it like literally stretches.
Yeah,
like,
and you can't get your hand out. Yeah. And you can't really defend. So.
Yeah, like I feel like that's kind of sort of gone away for the most part.
For the most part,
because I think what it was all of those ultralight gis.
Yeah.
Or the ones that were
that's
super,
right. Yeah.
Which are like, they're not
outlawed.
Legal. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're outlawed. IBJJ made it so.
Remember that King's gi that was like, it was like ripstop, top and bottom.
That's different. Ripstop doesn't stretch at all.
No, yeah. You know what? My buddy, my buddy Scott Burr, he has I think it's Black Market Kimonos. Mm-hmm. He has a ripstop top and bottom gi, but it's meant for travel. It packs, dude.
Oh, because it's tight.
Yeah, it packs like in a just imagine like a shower kit kind of thing.
It's tiny.
It's super tiny, and it's perfect for travel. So, Black Market Kimonos, check them out.
Yeah, I've never had a problem packing my gis, but anyways.
But I mean, he travels super light. You know what I mean? So if you're traveling like crazy light, like one bag,
sounds like a dork. But
I travel heavy.
Who is this? He's a dork.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's a really cool. You would love him. He's an author. Oh. Really interesting.
Already
guy.
Hate him.
No,
I don't like books.
You know what I love about movies? The not reading. No, he wrote a book that I really liked. I reached out and he ended up on the pod a couple times on the podcast.
So I didn't listen.
Oh, I know. It's great shows.
I only listen to the ones so I can see how cringe I sound.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Every time your homie posts the videos of us, and I'm like, ugh, God, I have to hear my own voice.
How do you think I feel? I got to hear your fucking voice.
Especially when we're drinking, I just start getting loud.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, would you calm down?
Yeah. You know, I notice that 9 times out of 10 when I say something really stupid, I'm trying to just win an argument with you.
Yeah. Good luck. Because even if you do, I won't let you.
I know. But I feel like I won. I feel like I won a few.
Because I was louder.
You know, the loudest guy is usually right.
Yeah, 100% of the time. That's actually science. That's scientific fact.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
But like back to the gis, it's like you can spend nothing for gis and they're going to last. Mm-hmm. They're going to last you, especially like if you have like, I mean, that's the nice part about having like a $40, $50 gi is you can have 3 of them for the price of like one of our gis because like you and I like to spoil. I mean, you get yours for free, but like one of those Royal Union gis are what $120 retail.
They're about $156 for the standard.
Yeah,
you know,
but you know what I mean.
Not a
like,
big drop.
But you can get like if you can get like a cheap gi.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to like undercut Royal Union. They're nice, really nice gis. They don't fit me well.
I will tell you this about Royal Union: if you have an issue with your gi, Paul's going to fix it.
Yeah,
and
good customer service.
And not 2 months from now.
Right.
Paul fixes it.
I mean, I'm not going to name names, but there's definitely gi companies that I had supported in the past, and I reached out to them because of an issue. Radio silence.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy with. I ripped the ass out of one of my gis, and I called Paul. I was like, "Hey, I got a little junk in the trunk. I need gi pants." And right away, man, he sent me another pair of pants. But that goes
a long way.
Fuck yeah, it does, dude.
Like that's why I'm really enjoying supporting day by day.
Yeah.
So like they came out like this kind of like mini duffel for like going to the gym.
Okay.
I didn't even order it, but I ordered 2 gis like their last drop, and I just got one for free.
That's so cool.
And I was like, I asked Ramsey, and Ramsey got one too.
Yeah.
But Ramsey's sponsored, so that makes sense. And I was like, I'm not sponsored, and I'm like, I've only kind of communicated with the owner like via like Instagram and stuff, but like nothing like, we're not like friends, quote unquote. Right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, that was kind of like cool that it was like, he's like, maybe it's just because you buy a lot of their gis. And I'm like, I do buy a lot of their gis. There's a lot of their gis hanging in my fucking laundry room right now. And I just ordered 2 more today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, there's $300.
Yeah. Honestly, like I rarely ask Paul for anything. He just like, he'll just throw stuff in a bag and give it to me.
Yeah.
But I love supporting him because like, I don't know, man, he's an Arizona guy, he's a jiu-jitsu guy, real legit jiu-jitsu guy, black belt. Yeah. And, I don't know. He's always been good to me.
I like what he's doing. Like I said, the only reason I don't wear his gis is they just don't fit me right.
Yeah.
That's
gonna happen.
It's the only problem that I have.
Yeah.
I mean, which is like everyone's shaped different.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, find a gi that fits you. I don't care if it's like, oh, you have a shoulder roll, or 93 fits you the best. Who cares?
Done.
Who cares?
Done. Wear it. Yeah.
You wear the gis that fit you.
Yeah. I had a really, really high level brand gi that I just did not like the pant fit.
Shoulder roll, they shrink too much on me.
Do they?
Yeah. No matter what, like hang dried.
That seems impossible.
Yeah, that's fact. It's fact. Have you tried going up a size?
Are you wearing a K0? What the? I can barely put this thing on.
No, so like it's the same problem I had with Roll Union, which they might be just similar cuts, because like
maybe
it's like the A1. The A1 is too short. Once it finally like shrinks a little bit, the A1 long is too long.
Oh, interesting.
And then I can't obviously go to the A2 because I'm not a fat fuck.
Well, just saying.
I'm surprised you squeezed your fucking fat ass into an A1, but
A1L.
Yeah,
A1L for the past
no wonder you tore the
5 years. No, they were just. I don't know what happened there. I've got a bunch of them, and that's the only one that I had any issues with.
Like I was listening to one of the JRE podcasts, and he was talking about. I was like, oh, you got to get hemp gis. And I was like, first of all, no one fucking makes hemp gis anymore. That was like a thing for
that
was 2012.
Yeah,
like. I was like, shows you how like out of touch he is as far as like gi.
Who was that company? Datsun.
Well, a lot of companies did. Lucky made some.
Did they really? Lucky did?
Yeah, a lot of. Well, I mean, that's Jeff Glover.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
and
I'm surprised it wasn't just made out of weed.
And the no, there's THC in this. You wear it, and you get high.
This is fucking just contact, literally a contact high. Yeah,
but like, first of all, I had a hemp gi. It was definitely my least comfortable gi I've ever had.
Okay.
And like they're like, oh, it's antimicrobial. I'm like, trust me, I was a white belt at the time, so that was when I was like not figuring out how like, oh, you got to hang dry your gis if you're not gonna wash it immediately. My hemp gi stunk.
No kidding.
It stunk. I was like, I thought these were not supposed to stink.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess not without trying.
You can't make this one stink. Hold my beer.
Yeah. Hold my poodle.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's that's what it comes down to, like care, like gi care, like is like just hang dry them, like when you get home from like your training, at least if you're not going to throw it right in the wash, hang it.
Yeah,
so it can actually like dry out.
Yeah, I want to go back to the don'ts for open mats.
Oh yeah.
And I think one of them that I think is it's important to me. I don't know why, but I think I don't think you have to execute your A game. But you don't have to be so polite that you end up getting yourself injured.
Sure.
Like you got to roll hard, because like if you come into like
the higher belt you are, the more this applies to.
I remember like when a colored belt, when I was in the colored belts, and a colored belt would come in from
we're just calling them belts.
We're calling them belts. So I was like a blue purplish maybe, and I would see another blue purplish come into the academy.
Tournament time.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that business card, man. Like they're gonna know. Like they're gonna know, or they're gonna whip my ass. But we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll hard.
I was talking to someone the other day about like visiting schools and like or going to other open mats or whatever, and he's like, everyone just fucking tries to like kill you, and I'm like, I know, it's awesome.
It is awesome.
It's one of my favorite parts about visiting other schools is like there's no question mark.
Yeah.
Everyone's going 100% with you.
Have you ever been somewhere like even out of state and you're at like rolling at another academy and like you're going hard with somebody and you kind of catch somebody's eye and you're like, oh, that guy's going to ask me to roll next.
Yep.
Because they're just watching you, watching what you're doing.
So Kelsey and I were back in Washington this year, and so we went to and we were there last year around the same time. And we visited Alliance in Lacey. So we visited there. They moved. They're in an awesome brand new location. And their head coach, or at least the guy who was coaching the classes, his name's Carlos. He's big fucking huge man. And I was like, well, I know I'm gonna have to roll with him and get smashed.
It's just a thing.
It's just how it goes.
Yeah, like
nice guy though, really nice guy.
Yeah, in Hawaii, the instructor was he was a little bit bigger than me, not much, but he was like,
that's because you're so big.
He was a really good black belt, and I'm like, fuck, this is gonna suck, and it did.
But it's fun, like, and it's always like with respect. It's not like, I need to smash this guy.
No. They were so cool, man. They were so cool.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, like, you know. You gotta protect yourself.
Yeah,
like
I always tell people, I'm like, just assume when you visit another school, whether it's an open mat or you're dropping in a class, just assume everyone wants to give you the beans.
Yeah, because you're
yeah, they want to prove that their school is legit.
Legit, yeah.
And you're the new guy coming in, like representing another organization most often.
Yeah.
Right? It's like if you're visiting even if you're visiting like somewhere areas, right? If you visit another area school, like I'm pretty sure everyone's going to give you the beans no matter what because you're a visitor.
For sure, yeah.
Right? They want to prove that their area school is just as legit or more legit or whatever.
Yep.
So it's just assume they're going to like they're for the business.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah. Tell me what you think about this one. I was thinking about this the other day.
Oh, I will.
I was thinking about like obviously I don't want to talk about any do's. These are all don'ts. And I think like when the round ends and you shake hands with your buddy and you're like, oh, thank you, hugs or whatever.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the way. Like people just sit in the middle of the mat and talk and they, bro, come on.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, no, I agree with that, especially because like space is a premium no matter what.
Yep.
If you're in like a regular class, space is a premium. More so at an open mat because I think you get way more attendance for a lot of. Well, I guess it depends on the school, but like Paul's open mat for sure. Like we get a ton of people that come through.
Yeah, and
it's just like, and that's actually saying something because like man, our classes are big.
Yeah,
but like the open mat is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
Right. So like, you know, mat space is a premium. So like if you're not rolling, get out of the way. And if you're not, like, just be aware. Like, if you're going to sit in the middle and talk and you see two guys rolling and they're, like, bumping into you, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. I also think that part of rolling at open mat is I think the right-of-way rule should apply. Like, the higher belts get the right-of-way. I always get the hell out of the way. I honestly, like, I kind of gauge it. Like, we've been doing this long enough that you're not in complete danger all the time. Like you can play.
Yeah.
But if I see if I'm rolling with like a brown belt and I see two blue belts getting after it, and one of them has like a sub set up, I get out of the way.
Yeah.
Because I want to see that play out. Right. I think it's fair to them that it plays out. But if you're in a neutral position, both people are in a neutral position, and maybe you're just kind of tumbling into that the blue belts, I think they should move. Yeah. And I'm not being snooty about it. I'm just saying like there is a hierarchy, yeah, but you're not in the middle of like a finish, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I think
that's been bothering me.
That's when I think the hierarchy should come into play.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Like well, for me, the hierarchy is the tiebreaker, because I think in the majority of the cases, it's whoever's putting in whichever round is putting in the most effort. Like if you have these two guys, like even if it's two white belts going fucking ham,
yeah,
right, and then you have up two black belts and they're in close guard, we're gonna move,
right? Of course, yeah,
we're gonna move. We're just gonna move out of the way because it's like, it doesn't help them to stop them where they're down because it's like they need to learn how to put that effort in. So it's like let them do it,
yeah.
And it's like it's not like it's taking anything away from your close guard stalling roll, like to like move over like 3 feet or whatever, but then if it's like we're going ham, like Ramsey and I are going ham, and then like, two other like, blue belts or whatever going ham, they have to move.
Yeah. Remember Danny Hampton? Mm-hmm. Big dude.
Yep.
I was rolling with him and we kind of rolled into somebody, and my thing, I'm still like, I think it was a purple belt or something. Mm-hmm. And he was a black belt. He had just gotten his black belt. And I was like, oh, and I start moving. He's like, we don't move.
I mean, we're all entitled to our own opinions. I think that's cringe.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're like the lower energy round,
right? Well, it was very neutral. It wasn't like they were getting after it. We just bumped into each other.
Yeah,
and he was more kidding than anything else. Okay. He's like, we don't move.
Yeah,
So
well, you know what I mean.
You know how he is.
Yeah. Like I because I've heard people like we're black belts, we're staying.
Fuck that.
And I was like, I don't care. We're not doing anything right now. Like we're kind of stalling. We're in 50-50 or whatever.
Exactly.
We can move and be very easily in the same position 3 feet away.
Yeah. I think if you're using that kind of attitude as a black belt, you're probably an asshole everywhere else.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yes and no. So like I was going to say like the reason I don't necessarily agree with that is I think a lot of people have seen where like when you're a white belt and you've had that experience, or you're like rolling hard with your white belt buddy, or maybe like your blue belt mentor,
right,
or whatever, right? Yeah. You're rolling hard, and then like a couple like the the two, like in our case, when we were growing up, there was like, it's like the two purple belts.
Yes. Oh my God. What? There's two of them.
Oh my God. It's like, oh, we got to move.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're the purple belts or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they just had that experience. So then they're like, well, now I've earned that position. So I feel like I should get that too. You know what I mean? Where it's like monkey see, monkey do kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just like, I don't know. It's just like, for me, I never thought like, maybe I did when I was a white belt. I would think like, oh yeah, they're awesome. But then now that I'm a black belt, I'm like, dude, we just showed up. Like I said, we keep saying that. It's like, we're just the ones that kept showing up.
So I want to talk about that for a minute because I was, you know, we're coming up to our promotion cycle, right?
Sure.
End of the year.
Yeah.
And I was given this.
Congratulations, Sierra, on your brown belt.
Yeah. Whatever.
Kill you.
Yeah, she would fucking kill me. No, but we were talking about this. Well, I was giving it a lot of thought, and I was thinking about like people that are, you know, got their 4th stripe on their belt.
Yeah.
But you're rolling with them, you're watching them, you're like, man, you're just not there. You're just not at that next level. You're not quite there. Yeah. You're still making a lot of blue belt mistakes.
Sure.
You know? And Samir always says, like, you know, his instructor, Alan, would want to make sure that you're ready. If you're going to be a purple belt, he wanted to make sure you were ready for brown.
That sounds a little sandbaggy to me.
Yeah, but he wanted to make sure that, you know, and I wouldn't go that far. But
I would say that you can actually like give a round to a brown belt.
Sure, yeah, that would be good. Yeah. But you know, so it could be a reflection on the instructor, right? Because you're giving them their 4th stripe, and now you're telling them, hey, you're not ready,
right?
Or you could say like, hey, maybe you haven't applied all the things I need you to apply in the past 6 months or a year, and we need to wait a little bit, right?
I think we should just get rid of stripes after white belt.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Like, I think white belts need it to like kind of like, it's like kind of like, hey, you're progressing. But like once you're a blue belt, like after blue belt, like you could stop learning new techniques at blue belt. You literally can. You just get better at the same techniques.
Yeah.
Right. But when you're a white belt, you know shit. You know nothing.
Yeah. But if you look at it from my standpoint, it'd be really hard to track everybody.
Sure.
It'd be hard to track everybody. And people would fall through the cracks. And I don't want that to happen.
But that's what I mean. It's like, it's more of a measurement of time than it is a measurement of stripes are.
Agreed. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. It's congratulations. Let's mark the calendar. He finally said something smart. But you know, when we were coming up,
even a broke clock is right.
At least twice a day. So when you and I were coming up, we had people that would say, "Man, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Just keep showing up." Some of those guys had spent years in a colored belt because maybe
in a belt.
Yeah. In a belt. Maybe life got in the way. Maybe, you know, they had a kid. They were chasing a career.
Whatever.
Injuries. But they kept coming back.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not like just keep showing up with, you know, with no roadblocks at all in your life. Right? So, and I said, you know, I got my black belt in less than 7 years. My friend, a 6-time world champion, Dave Blau, was a purple belt, I think, for 8. Dave Blau.
I never heard of her.
Yeah, I never heard of her. But he was a purple belt for 8 years. And he's one of those guys that'll just tell you, man, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. So when I think about it, there's a couple ways to look at it. When I think about it, it's like just because you have your 4th stripe on your belt does not mean you're going to go to the next level, period.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you quit at your 4th stripe.
But it doesn't, even if you don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're ready.
Sure.
Right? It just means you're being evaluated, I think, right? But the other side of that coin that I witnessed myself was people were starting to kiss the ass of the instructor because they knew if they didn't, they would never see that next level.
Well, that's a shitty instructor.
That's a shitty instructor, but it happened.
Yeah.
So
if anything, you should talk shit to your instructor 100%. So you don't get promoted.
But, you know, that's the slippery slope. Because if everybody acted in good faith, then cool, just keep showing up, and I'll no stripes, and I'll promote you when I promote you. But, but a lot of people don't live their life that way.
I think so. Like when I grew up, when I was a kid, I was doing like taekwondo, and they like they have like at least the school that I went to had like a punch system. Like you'd grab your card out of this like little Rolodex every day, and like you'd have the coach like stamp that you went to class that day, and then you put it back in, and then you do it again the next day. Or if you did 2 classes, you'd stamp the next class or whatever. And that's how they kept track of like how many classes you were doing, so they can like know when you're ready, quote unquote,
to pay to get promoted.
Exactly. I don't remember, maybe, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the stripe system in a lot of ways is like the substitute for like punching in.
Agreed. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not quite the same as like logging. I mean, I know you guys have like the attendance on the like the iPad thingies or the what's the Android version? Tablet?
We don't do Android.
What are yours?
Mine are iPads.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, so no wonder they work.
Thank you. I'm an adult.
But you know what I mean? Like, so you guys, I mean, technically they're supposed to all log in, but they don't.
We've done a better job.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Yes, I track attendance. Yes, I track time. But I use that as like, oh, this guy's met he's checked all the boxes. And now I go to their instructor, or whether it's me or somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you think? And the instructor is always like, they're always thinking with their heart, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's ready. Oh, is he?
I know a lot of people who are like, oh, this person needs to be promoted because I love them.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
And then I'll tell them, I'm gonna roll with them. I'm gonna mount them, and we'll see if they can escape.
Yeah. Yep.
Period.
You know who my
and I'm not gonna give them my A game. I'm just gonna give them a good run.
Kind of like we were talking about how you give them like the look, and if they like take advantage of the error that you make,
yes,
you know that they are
they're
learning.
seeing it.
Yeah, they're seeing it.
So I use that kid, the same kid, Abdiel. I use him as the example because he's only been training less than 6 months.
Yeah,
and I saw him
like 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
So I saw him take mount. By the way, yeah,
good for him.
Against somebody that's been training longer than him. That kid scrambled.
Can we also talk about how sweet of a kid that is?
I love him. I love him.
Best attitude. That kid doesn't ever not smile.
Big smile.
Yeah.
Always has something positive to say.
Yeah.
I really like the kid.
Yeah.
So not only did he get mount, the other person was escaping, and Abdiel went to take the back. Now, the technique wasn't there.
Right.
But he's seeing it.
Yeah.
He's seeing it at 3 months. I'm like, fuck yes, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You know, if you're like, you know, you pull guard triangle guy because you're 6'8".
Yeah.
You haven't shown me shit, man.
Yeah.
Of course you're pull guard triangle guy.
Yeah.
You're 6'8".
Yeah. you got legs and you could scoop them up when they're standing.
Yeah, right. But I want to see you.
And I think you mean they're 2.5 meters.
2.5. Is it?
No.
But you can use half.
I know. That would be like 7.5 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you kept saying half. I'm like, no, you can't use half. It's metric.
You
right?
think you think there's no such thing as a half meter?
No one ever says that. They use centimeters.
It's 50 centimeters is a half meter.
That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy. Like if it was 1.5 meters, they would say like whatever centimeters that is. How many centimeters is 1.5 meters?
How many centimeters is 1.5 meters?
Yeah. Are you repeating the question so you can buy yourself some time and think?
Yeah, it's 150.
Okay, so they would say 150 centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would never say 1.5 meters.
I don't think they would never say that.
They would never say it.
I'm pretty sure I've heard people say that.
When?
English people. First of all,
back in all my time in Britain.
Let's talk some shit about some English people for a second.
Let's do it. Yeah, we were talking about the French earlier.
That's low hanging fruit though. But that's low hanging fruit.
Wait, do you think the French look down on the French Canadians?
Yes.
Do you really?
The French look down on everyone.
We lost every listener in France.
They hate themselves.
Of our 12 listeners, 1 was from France.
Here's the thing about British people. Everyone likes to talk shit about how like, oh, look at America hanging on to the Imperial system or whatever, like or whatever standard or whatever you want to call it, right?
I like standard.
Yeah, because it is the standard,
it is
bro.
Standard.
We're America. We set the standard.
We've been to the moon, allegedly.
But NASA uses the metric system. But anyways.
Half the time.
Hey, they don't use half. 150 centimeters.
150 centimeters of the time.
The British, though, use like everything and then some.
What do you mean?
So they'll use feet I've like in certain, it depends on the context. They'll use the standard system, like the Imperial system. They'll use metric system, and then they'll use stone.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
You're 6 stone, whatever that is. They have like completely made up systems.
6 stone. What would be 6 stone?
I don't know. I don't know how many a stone is.
I don't know. Me
12.
Either. Me either. I know heavyweight is like 16. I think that's what's right.
Stone?
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Anyways, the British got it more fucked up than we do.
That's true.
At least we commit to the Imperial system.
And if you own a horse, they use hands.
What?
Yes. Yes. They're not like 6 feet tall. They're like X amount of hands tall. And whose hands? Right?
I mean, honestly, though, like that's, at least it makes sense.
It does not make sense.
Makes sense.
It made sense in like 1812.
Yeah, when everyone had the same hands. Obviously.
Duh, stupid. Yeah. Yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about something.
Don'ts about. Oh, you were talking about stripes and
stripes,
effort and all
anyway,
that kind of recognizing openings and shit.
I just have a hard time with the promotion system today just because of the way, like, I never had to go through that. Like, I had injuries and shit like that, but I always kept showing up. So I never had that big gap in training. Like, I spent X amount of years at Blue Belt. And coming back from that shit, like going to school and coming back or going through injuries and coming back, that's a fucking nightmare, dude.
Yeah. Well, my problem with, well, it's not really a problem. It's just like, it's kind of the nature of the beast is that like promotions are 100% subjective.
Yeah.
Like there's no like quantitative like way of like saying like you've done 100 units of jiu-jitsu, so now you're getting now you're ready to be promoted. Yeah. And like even like the schools that do like tests, right? Okay, you have to pass this test in order to get your blue belt or whatever. Yeah. The problem with that is like you can take a guy off the street and be like, all right, he has to learn 100 these learn how to show these 100 techniques in order to get his blue belt. I could teach you that in a month. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like just enough to like show somebody. Yeah. But like that doesn't mean you're proficient at them. That doesn't mean that like you can roll hard. Yeah. So that like that's the problem with that. Yeah. You know, it's I think it's very much like how you implement that stuff in a actual role. Yeah. And that's why it's so subjective because like if I roll with, you know, like a brand new white belt, it's going to be different than how I roll with like a purple belt or whatever. So it's like or even like, so like everyone's like, oh, a competition blue belt's different than a hobbyist blue belt. Okay. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Yeah, no shit. That's not what we're talking about here. That's not what we're talking about. So it's and the competition guys, like that's what the IBJJF belt system is for. Yeah. Like they're going to progress as fast as they can through that belt system because they're at blue belt, they're probably rolling at a brown belt level. Right. A lot of times, especially at adult level. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they just gotta bide their time, right? They gotta, you know, and the ones that aren't, that's the ones they keep for blue belt for a couple of years. So I wish the IBJJF wasn't so strict on that. I wish they were just guidelines. They don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things I don't like about the IBJJF. There's a lot of things I don't like, but I really do think they got the belt system right. I think no-gi jiu-jitsu shows you why that doesn't make sense because there's purple belts that like win at ADCC. Agreed. However, obviously that's kind of niche because no-gi's easy, but no-gi's so easy, dude. Yeah, I could teach like a guy in a month to be the ADCC world champion. It's so simple. Oh my god. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Those guys suck. Yeah, you're not even wearing a jacket. You know what I mean? Where's your belt? How am I supposed to even know how long you've done this? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. No, but I mean, how many stripes are on your no-gi rash guard? So by that rationale, Liz Clay won the ADCC trials at blue belt. Pretty awesome. Yeah. Right. But does she? Is that true? Yeah, absolutely. She was 16. She was 16 years old. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. She won the trials, and then one of her teammates blew out her knee before the actual ADCC. Oh, interesting. I don't know that I knew that. So yeah, she and I. Well, you were in the podcast when we talked about that. Oh, anyway, I probably wasn't listening. But yeah, yeah. So I think it was an e-brake that the guy fucked up her knee with. So anyway, so by that rationale, she should be blowing out every black belt in the world every year at Worlds, right? That's just not the case. That's just not the case, right? Right. So I mean. But she can win. Absolutely. I mean, obviously now she's a black belt, but like she could at that time too.
She's top dog. She's the number one in the world. She's the number one female in the world. Well, I don't know about now.
Yeah.
But she was, for a minute, she was the number one female in the world. So she's badass.
Yeah.
But so are all the other girls that she competes against, right? So she's got to be, everything's got to work out perfectly for those girls.
Yeah, but win. I don't think you need to like, I don't think you have to put in the time in order to earn your right to prove that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like if you get like a brand new white belt and he's like, man, I'm hot shit. I want to go try to do black belt. Okay. You
think?
The only argument that I think actually holds water against that is like, fuck, that like bogs down. Like that was like a big problem, I think, like with Worlds. Like that's the whole reason you have to qualify now for Worlds as an adult, is like you had people there that had no business. There.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If everyone, like I said before, if everyone acted in good faith, your argument would hold water. But you're going to have a instructor out there that's a 2 to 3 stripe black belt that is just not going to be a good dude.
Yeah.
And he's going to tell his blue belt, like, dude, you're ready.
Yeah.
You're getting promoted. You're going to black belt right away.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. He's going to find out real quick.
Yeah. But then that bogs down the system. I mean, it gets everything all fucked up.
I don't care. I honestly don't care. Like, I mean, for the prestigious tournaments, Pans, Worlds, Euros, Nationals,
those are the only ones that matter.
Yeah, for those, okay. I think you should maybe you just make a qualifying system for all of those. Like kind of like
there is a qualifying system for all those.
Not all of them.
Oh, not Pans, but
just
Worlds.
Just Worlds.
That's a big deal, though. You got to go win opens and make some points.
Right. Which also sounds very money grabby. But
no, I think that's the right way to do it. I wish ADCC did that. I wish their opens were qualifiers for the West Coast and East Coast trials and all that shit.
I was going to say that the trials are technically their qualifier.
Yeah, but I think I wish their opens. I
agree, though. Yeah.
I wish the opens were like a point system that they had to qualify for.
Yeah, because we've talked about that before. How like the trials are like full of fucking people that don't belong there.
Oh, blue belts.
Yeah.
Getting their fucking ass kicked.
Yeah. And not even like great blue belts.
No. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 that are badass.
Yeah. There's blue belts who like can't even win their local tournaments.
Right. Yeah. But all they got to do is sign up.
Yeah.
And they're going to go against like Josh Cisneros.
Yeah.
First round.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck, pal.
Good luck, bro.
Yeah. Good fucking luck.
You're his warm up.
What's that?
I said you're his warm up.
Barely.
Yeah.
You're barely his warm up.
Yeah. He's gonna fucking toy with you. Maybe hurt you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys like at that West Coast trials like a couple of years ago where
Johnny Grippo.
Well, I mean, he belongs there.
Yeah,
Grippo
but he got hurt too.
Yeah, he got hurt. But like one of the other guys before that, he like did that same move to him and like tore his hamstring.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
that guy didn't even know where up was. You know,
he was fucked.
Yeah,
that guy was fucked.
Yeah,
but I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, okay, cool, you got to compete with the best, but like.
So what?
So what?
Yeah, now your hamstring's torn. Congratulations.
But even if you don't get hurt, it's just like no one's ever like, oh man, he got to do ADCC trials. He's like, everybody who signed up could.
How far did he go? First 3 minutes.
That's 96 seconds.
96 seconds.
But
a meter and a half.
And then there's the argument. It's like, yeah, but they signed up and they did it. And it's like, that only holds weight for like people who are in.
Here's how ridiculous it is. I could sign up and do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you suck.
And I suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the worst thing is. No Geese easy.
Yeah.
And I suck.
And you're still bad at
it. Yeah. No. Anything I can sign up for is not the highest level.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Thank you. First time ever. And it's a fucked up agreement.
Hold on, I need to figure out how to disagree with you.
God damn it, I can't argue that point.
Yeah, you do suck. Mm-hmm. And you're strong.
And
you're
strong.
Real strong, sir. Sarah and I give Vin a lot of shit. We're like, jeepers, mister, you're strong. Which is from like Hercules.
Yeah. The worst part is he knows the reference.
He's like, fuck you. He's like, I'm just going to smash you guys now. It's like, okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh my God.
But back to like the belt promotion thing. It was like it is subjective. I think that's how it should stay. I think the IBJJF should trust. Well, first of all, like you were talking about how like you need to be like registered with the IBJJF as a black belt or like a 2-stripe black belt in order to promote black belts.
Correct.
You need to be registered with them to actually officially promote black.
Correct.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Blue belt, purple belt, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I feel like once you've dotted that I or crossed that T, they should just trust your judgment as far as like, I think this guy's ready to be a blue belt. I think this guy's ready to be a purple belt. Because you're saying that like, I have to do this in order to qualify myself to promote somebody. Yeah. Well, then that means you should be saying that like, I trust your judgment then.
I mean, there's something to that. I don't completely agree with that.
That's because you're wrong.
No, well, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think I am, though.
Yeah.
I never think I am, so it's not your fault.
Turns out I am right all the time. Every time I think I am.
Yeah. I just believe in believe in earning your stripes, going through the process.
But then you have guys like BJ Penn, who got his like black belt in like 3 years or 4 years or whatever it was.
It was a very different time. Kyle Terra, 3 years.
Yep.
I think Kyle got like disqualified from competition for a while because he got it so fast.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's like
he was murdering everybody. So
competition isn't about like earning the time though.
Yeah.
It's about, being compared to your peers.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So like if I can go like say like I've trained for a year and I can go compete at black belt and beat everybody in my division, then obviously I belong there.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Who was the guy? Was it a B team guy that was like blue or purple is just fucking murdering everybody?
Nicky Rod's J-Rod. He won the West Coast Trials.
Yeah. So it's I mean,
that might be incorrect. Is that true? I think he got his purple belt there, or maybe it was somebody else from the B team or New Wave.
Yeah, one of the two.
But he's like, some guy got his purple belt after he won the West Coast Trials. He was a blue belt.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, I dude, there are some phenoms out there, man.
100%.
But there's not going to be 100 of those.
Yeah, and to be fair, like they are obviously they're the exception.
Yeah,
because the majority of the people can't do that.
Yeah,
but that's why I think you should trust the judgment of the coach.
Yes and no, because not everybody acts in good faith.
Yeah, but then the problem with that argument is they get highlighted.
Agreed. But now this poor kid who was lied to is fucked. He can't go backwards.
Yeah. Well, then if the kid is smart, he goes to a different school.
Yeah, but he can't go backwards. So the black belt's already been presented to him. So he's a black belt.
Good. You fucked up, kid.
You fucked up big.
Because here's the thing. Like, yes, that is a very niche scenario, right? But like, if like say like there is that kid that like gets promoted by the he's a week in and he gets promoted as black belt or whatever the hell the case is, right? That coach is probably also promoting everybody at like a faster rate than they should be.
Yeah.
Right. So you have a whole bunch of people at this school who like are getting like, because the way that usually actually works out.
Why are you stuttering? Is it because I'm right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like backtracking, trying to make this more like actual, like applicable to reality.
Okay.
Because what happens is like you get a guy who's like trained for 6 months and he gets his blue belt.
Right.
They don't go white to black.
Right.
They're like, all right, you get your blue belt too early. And then he gets fucking worked by every single person because he's obviously not ready.
Yeah.
Right. And at that point, there's a little harm done, but it's not like going white to black.
Right.
That's obviously an extreme, like not ever happen.
You're setting the kid up for failure.
Right.
Basically. I mean,
but you know what I mean? Like, but you get a school where they've promoted enough like blue belts way too early. And then everyone's like, oh, that school's soft.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. And that gets tossed around. We're like, oh yeah. Oh, you're training with, ABC school or you go to a tournament and you're like, oh, I have to fight a guy from ABC, and you're like,
good to go.
Fuck yeah. Cool. I get a warm up, you know what I mean? Like then that school gets the reputation as being the soft school that promotes people too early.
Yeah. It happens.
I think it's self-governing that way.
It happens. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And to be fair, yes, you're going to get a couple of people who have to kind of get shit on, like to have that get found out.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately it is self-governed.
Yeah. All right. I can agree with that. I think you're wrong.
But you agree with it?
I don't agree with completely.
Mm. Either way, it is ultimately like IBJJF isn't the end all be all, even though we treat it like that in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to
set the standard. They do set the standard.
It's an easy system to follow. If you follow it, you'll probably be pretty successful.
Yeah.
Or at least your students will probably be pretty successful.
Yeah.
I think if you take people that are like competitors, like young competitors, and you follow that system, they'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
But But if you
train, I say like 3 or 4 days a week consistently for, was it 18 months or 2 years? What's the minimum requirement for white belts? 18?
White belt, there really isn't a minimum.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's blue belt. That's 2 years.
Okay.
Minimum.
But I mean, all right, so take blue belt. If you train consistently for 2 years at blue belt, you're probably at least semi-ready to be a purple belt.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
I would say like 9 out of 10 people.
Yeah.
There's some people who just can't learn for whatever reason, right? They're just fucking idiots.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I slipped through the cracks.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed.
How did you get
Nobody
here?
knows. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's an interesting conversation to have because there's so many different points of view. And some people are like, if you're not like, fighting MMA or you can't beat everybody in the academy, then you probably shouldn't be promoted. And that's not the case, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case.
And here's the reality too, is like, there's a lot of like gray area. I was talking to somebody else about this, about how like, if I go to compete, like we were talking about local tournaments, like I go to compete with John Smith or whatever. I see him all the time. We compete, we do open mats together. Sometimes he gets the better of me. Sometimes he doesn't. I can go to a tournament and I can steamroll him because maybe he had a really bad day.
Yeah.
Or he just made the wrong choices of technique when we were rolling together, chose the wrong game plan. And then 6 months from then, we have another tournament. We go, and he steamrolls the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be the case that, like, he did the same exact game plan as before, which was the wrong one before, but I chose the really wrong one.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of, like, game planning that goes into, like, sometimes you lose because you chose the wrong tactic.
Sometimes you lose because they're a bad matchup.
Yeah.
They're just a bad matchup, man. I mean,
maybe you just don't know how to deal with wrestlers, and he's a wrestler or whatever.
Yeah. Or they're 6'8" or
but I mean that's not even the point that I'm like trying to make. Is like it's just like some days you have an awesome day because like everyone's had this experience like through the week where like, man, Tuesday I fucking was killing everyone, and then Thursday you're dog shit.
Yep.
You have an off day.
That's the thing, man.
You have an off day.
Yeah.
And if that off day lands at a tournament, you're gonna get steamrolled.
Yeah. Fuck.
But if you have, if the stars align and you have that fucking like golden day on a tournament and you fucking just roll through the entire bracket, you're like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Good times.
Right. But it happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Like at one point or another, if you compete enough, you're going to have a bad showing one time.
Oh, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
And if you compete enough, you're going to have that day where the stars align and you feel unstoppable.
Yeah. And there's matches that I would have normally lost.
Yeah.
Had it been any other day. Mm-hmm. If we fought 9 times or 10 times, he'd win 9. Yeah. But I just happened to be on that day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Like I won't name names, but like I've caught people like who I had no business like compete, not necessarily even competition, like maybe rolling open mat or whatever, where it's like this guy should beat me like 99 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
But I caught him that day.
Yep.
And it's like, if that was a tournament, I won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's go get some brownies.
Okay. I'm down.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. If you like the podcast or if you hate the podcast, please like and subscribe. Please follow us on Instagram, the BJJ Foxcast. And that burp was free. And what else? Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Please, please, please. That'll help us out a lot.
Don't forget to tell us what we're doing wrong.
Yeah, please shit on us in the comments. We will shit on the comments in the near future.
Yeah.
All right,
Maybe
Tojo.
we'll mention your name.
Thanks, man.
We probably won't remember because you're not important enough. But
yeah, it's true. It's true. If you make us mad enough, you'll be on the show.
Uh-huh.
All right. Man, thanks.
All right, bye.
This episode of the BJJ Foxcast is brought to you by BioPro. BioPro is an all-natural alternative to prescription human growth hormone, which aids in recovery, anti-aging, metabolism, libido, immunity, skin health, cognition, sleep, and stress. Just 1 vial per day provides a substantial boost to all of these growth factors. Okay, so that's what they want me to say. Here's what I know as an aging grappler. I've been using BioPro Plus and the nighttime variant, BioPro Plus Cortisleep, for several months, and it feels like I've grown a third lung. My gas tank is noticeably bigger, my recovery is faster, and I'm back on the mats much quicker, not just between training sessions, but between rounds. Now you can get $30 off your first order of BioPro when you use the code FOXCAST at www.bioproteintech.com. That's code FOXCAST for $30 off your first order at www.bioproteintech.com. Thank you, BioPro.